Hello dear students. In last lecture we have discussed about what are the important aspects regarding what are the need for determining the bacteriological quality of drinking water. So in this regard we have discussed the basic concept behind what are the need to determine bacteriological indicative organisms which are present in the drinking water. So in this lecture we will discuss about the bacteriological indicator of excretal pollution and what are the basic characteristics of organism. On that basis, that organism are considered to be the indicative organism of fecal contamination. So basically these organisms are nothing but the coliform organisms normally which are present in the intestine, and that's why they are found in the fecal matter or feces of human or animal origin. So here coliform organisms and what are the characteristics. The coliform organisms which are found or they are foci in shape or spherical in shape, coliform or which are present in the colon, so that's why they are coliform organism, includes they all are aerobic organisms, that means they require oxygen for their growth. Facultatively anaerobic, that means in presence or in absence of air they can survive. They are gram negative, means after staining for gram stain they appear pink under the microscope. Non-sporing, that means they are non-spore former. Motile and non-motile rods. Okay, so these are the basic characteristics of coliform group of organisms. They are either motile or sometimes non-motile or slowly motile. You can say rod shaped, but they are short rods. Lactose fermenting. Lactose is nothing but a sugar. When they inoculated in the sugar containing media, that is lactose sugar, they produces or ferment that lactose sugar by producing acid and gas when incubated at 57 degrees Celsius for 24 hours or 48 hours of incubation. Okay. So these are nothing but the basic characteristics of coliform group of organisms, that they are facultative or aerobic or anaerobic aerobics, gram negative, non-spore forming, motile or sluggishly motile, lactose fermenting. Okay. Coliform group of organisms which includes both, that is fecal and non-fecal coliform group of organisms. Here we can talking about the fecal coliform. Fecal are nothing but the organism which are present in the fecal matter. That's why the term is used as a fecal coliform. But in case of non-fecal coliform, they are present in the soil or they are not originated from the fecal matter. So that's why this group of are distinguished from one another. That's why fecal and non-fecal coliform group we have to discuss. Fecal coliform group, it includes only one organism, that is Escherichia coli, and that's why it considered as an indicative organism of fecal contamination of drinking water. Whereas non-fecal group of organism, it includes Enterobacter aerogenes, Klebsiella pneumoniae and Citrobacter. Apart from E. coli, these are again a coliform organisms, but they are considered to be a non-fecal coliform, as they may be present in the soil or sometimes they are not from the fecal contamination. So here, on the basis of basic characteristics, these organisms are grouped into fecal coliform and non-fecal coliform. Laboratory examination of water for pathogens is difficult, as that's why a technique was developed for the demonstration of bacterial species of known excretal origin, particularly coliform groups. For each pathogenic organism, their bacteriological analysis is quite difficult. Each requires different types of media and their incubation time may vary depending upon the species. So it is quite difficult. That's why indicative organism we can use to determine the bacteriological quality of drinking water. The technique was proved satisfactory, and that's why coliform are called as the indicator organisms. On the basis of difficulty to carry out different experiment or isolate and to characterize the pathogenic organisms which are present in the water, it is quite difficult. So on the basis of that, one technique which can be easily and which provide a result after 24 or 48 hours of incubation, and it is quite satisfactory. That means amount minimum requirement we can define whether that water is infected or contaminated with the fecal contamination, and whether the water quality is useful for the drinking purpose or non-potable type of water. So in this regard, these organisms are considered to be the indicative organism of human or fecal contamination. So here we have to discuss about the why this coliform group of organisms are considered as a indicative organisms. What are the characteristics or their beneficial characteristics? Coliform are constantly present in great abundance in human intestine and also in the excreta. Here the main point or main characteristics of fecal coliform is that these organisms are abundantly present in the intestine, and as they are present in the intestine, they are normally present in the excreta from human origin. So it is a basic characteristics why we use that organism as an indicative of fecal contamination. They can be easily detected by cultural method as compared to pathogenic organisms, as they are normally grow on simple media and they can be easily culturable, easily grow on a simple nutrient or basic media on laboratory, and that's why no further specified media is required for the growth of that organism. That's why they made our procedure quite easy. So that's why these are the characteristics. That's why we have selected that organism. They survive for longer time than pathogenic organisms. As well, previous lecture we have discussed already, pathogenic organism required a specific type of media for culture, for their growth, as well as they can't survive for longer time in the wastewater or the drinking water. So, in other hand, this coliform group of organisms can survive for longer time in the water. That's why it is another point so that they are selected. Coliform are resistant to forces of natural purification than waterborne pathogens. They are again another point property of that organism, that they are resistant to natural purification process which are normally carried out in the environment, so that these organisms can be survive for longer time in the drinking water as compared to the pathogen which we have not taken as an individual organisms. Assumption was made, if coliform were found in water, the water is supposed to be contaminated with the fecal matter of human or animal origin, and the water is not potable. So, on the basis of this ideal characteristics of this coliform group of organisms, these organisms are categorized into fecal and non-fecal coliform, and we have to perform a simple procedure so that we can easily detect whether that water is contaminated with potable fecal matter or not. That's why assumption was made, if that organism which are considered as an indicative organism, if found or may be present in the drinking water, we can say that water is non-potable for human consumption. Or another hand, if the water is free from that fecal organism or fecal indicative organism, we can say that water is potable for the human purpose. Okay. So these are the basic characteristics. On that basis, organisms are selected for indicative organism. So here, fecal streptococci and Clostridium perfringens. These are again coliform group of organisms. Fecal streptococci, that is Streptococcus fecalis, also regularly occur in feces like coliform, but they are found in much smaller in number than E. coli. Apart from E. coli, it is nothing but a group of organisms that is coliform. So apart from E. coli, Streptococcus fecalis can be present in the feces or fecal excreta, but they are found in a much smaller quantity as compared to E. coli. That's why it is avoided, or it is not considered as an indicative organism. The evidence of fecal streptococci in water sample indicates confirmatory evidence of pollution of water or doubtful, in case of doubtful cases. In case while performing this test, if we consider or we found streptococci or Streptococcus fecalis which present in the water, so that we can say that water is again contaminated with fecal matter, but they are not considered to be from the fecal origin or we could consider as a doubtful results. Here another case, that is Streptococcus perfringens. This is spore forming organism, and the evidence of spores of Clostridium perfringens in water regularly in the feces, though generally smaller in number than the E. coli. Clostridium perfringens is nothing but another spore forming organism. Sometimes it can be found in the excreta or human excreta, but if they are found, they are in smaller quantity as compared to the E. coli or Escherichia coli. The spores survive for longer time in water and also resist chlorination at the regular doses. Okay. Sometimes for proper purification or treatment of water, purification process can be carried out. Apart from that, if the Clostridium perfringens is present or considered as a indicative organism, after the chlorination, that organism can be present in that water. So it consider or it create a doubtful result for the study. So that's why that it is not considered as an indicative organism. The presence of this organism suggests probable contamination of fecal matter. In case of this organism present in the water, we can normally consider it is again contaminated with the fecal matter, but our protocol is not set for the detection of this indicative organism. Here we have set our experiment with respect to the E. coli, and it is fecal origin considered as an indicative organism. So how that fecal and non-fecal coliform are considered or classified on the basis of their characteristics. Here, IMVIC classification, that is indole test, methyl red test, Voges-Prosper test, and citrate utilization. These are 4 group of tests which can be used for the detection of whether that water sample is contaminated with the fecal matter or not. So for that, this group of tests can be carried out for the detection. Coliform are differentiated into fecal and non-fecal coliform by performing combination of IMVIC tests. Combinedly we call as the IMVIC test. Here I is silent, so I stand for indole, M for methyl red, V for Voges-Prosper, and C for citrate utilization. So it is nothing but combination of group, and normally these tests are used for the detection of intestinal microflora. So here the 4 tests are followed to carry out the classification of this fecal and non-fecal coliform. So firstly, indole test. Here in this case, this test is based on the protein utilization and comes under the category of fermentation of protein. So in this indole test, we have to detect whether fermentation process of fermentation of protein is carried out or not. Here we have to detect by means of different indicative organisms. So here protein utilization, it is a basic or base of this test, and in this process fermentation of protein is carried out by that experimental organisms. So we can normally say protein are nothing but composed of the amino acids. So by taking their consideration, it forms one of the 4 tests that is IMVIC widely used in indication of identification of the coliform group of organisms. So the test can be performed in any protein containing medium for detection of whether organism is capable of fermentation of protein or utilize that protein which is present in the media. So that we have to provide a amino acid or protein containing media. So that's why for performing the indole test, we use peptone broth as liquid media for the growth of that organism, because all protein contain tryptophan as an amino acid. Tryptophan is the amino acid which is it is a group of amino acid 20. Out of that, tryptophan is nothing but amino acid, and it is present in the peptone. We can normally say peptone water or peptone broth media, a parent compound from which indole is produced. Here we have to performing a test for indole acid production or indole test. So that indole is produced by the utilization of tryptophan by these organisms. So that's why peptone broth is used, which contain tryptone as a substrate for that media. However, the use of tryptone is recommended instead of the protein because it contains higher amount of tryptophan. Okay, sometimes on the case of that tryptophan broth, tryptophan or tryptophan broth can be used on the place of tryptophan broth, as the tryptophan it contains more amount of tryptophan. Okay, it is also whether you use tryptophan broth or tryptophan broth, one of the taste same, similarly you can carry it. It is also advisable to use non-carbohydrate protein medium so as to avoid protein sparing intake. So one care should be taken. Here we have to avoid carbohydrate or protein carbohydrate containing medium. We are only considering the protein utilizing test. So that's why to making a confusing result, we have to avoid the carbohydrate containing medium. Here we have to use only protein containing substrate for the growth of organism. Here, how the indol test is can be carried out. The organism, or we can say we use that particular sample, and it, if that organism which is present in the water sample which we have collected, here we have to inoculate in that particular test, which is one method. In another case, how the test can be carried out, if the organism it has the ability or which contain an enzyme, that is tryptophanase, which break down the tryptophan or tryptophan enzyme, and tryptophanase is nothing but an enzyme, are capable of the organism which contain a tryptophanase enzyme are capable to break down the tryptophan amino acid. So here, if the organism possesses the ability to break the tryptophan, that organism gives it in the test positive, capable of degrading amino acid, that is tryptophan, and forming an end product, that is indol, pyruvic acid and ammonia. After the breakdown of tryptophan or peptone water, the organism it produces, or that organism has the ability to produce, or it contains tryptophanase enzyme, it break down the peptone, and end product of their process is nothing but indol, pyruvic acid and ammonia. And here, whether the indol is produced, we have to detect by using different reagent. It is nothing but a reaction. Here, tryptophan, it is the structure of tryptophan plus water. We, in the form of peptone water, we are nothing but provided tryptophan for the growth of organism. After incubation, if the organism has the ability to tryptophanase enzyme, or it produces a tryptophanase enzyme, what happens? It break that tryptophan, that is amino acid, into indol acid plus pyruvate plus ammonia. These are the three products of this reaction. By means of this organism, it has the ability to break down that peptone water or tryptophan amino acid. It forms indol, pyruvate and ammonia. It's an end product of this reaction. Now, how we can detect that indol is produced in that media or not? So that's why we use a indicator reagent to test whether indol is produced or not. So experimental organism was inoculated with tryptophan block. It is a procedure. Now, to detect whether indol is produced or tryptophanase breakdown or not, here we have to detect by using Kovacs reagent. It is an indicator which can be used to detect whether indol is produced. And Kovacs is nothing but a para-dimethyl aminobenzaldehyde. It is nothing but a compound which are combinedly being called as a Kovacs reagent. Para-dimethyl aminobenzaldehyde plus hydrochloric acid plus amyl alcohol. It is a group of three chemicals, and when we add after incubation that Kovacs reagent into the test tube, it forms a cherry color ring at the surface of that medium. What happens? The indol so produced react with the para-dimethyl aminobenzaldehyde in presence of heat to form cherry color ring as shown in the figure. Here, if that organism has a or it produces tryptophanase enzyme, it breaks down the tryptophan amino acid into indol, pyruvate and ammonia. To detect that, we have to add few drops of Kovacs reagent, that is nothing but a para-dimethyl aminobenzaldehyde plus hydrochloric acid plus amyl alcohol. Here we have to add some drop of that Kovacs reagent into the tube. What happens? If there is a indol is produced in that media, or that organism produces indol, what happens? The Kovacs reagent, it reacts with the indol and it forms a cherry color ring at the surface of that broth. After here you can use heat, or you can after the incubation we have to separate out the tube, and few drops of Covax reagent is added to the broth, and half an hour we place that tube at incubator so that reaction is carried out, and we obtain this cherry color type of ring. If this ring is observed or appear, we can say that organism is producing a indole acid in presence of tryptophanase enzyme. In another side, in addition of Covax reagent, there is no formation of cherry colored ring. We can say that organism is unable to utilize that tryptophan amino acid and unable to produce indole, or in that media indole is not produced. So in this way, whether that organism is able to utilize protein or amino acid, we have to detect. It is a first step which is used in the determining the fecal or non-fecal contamination of organism, or fecal or non-fecal coliform group of organism. So it is a indole. Other test